It sometimes surprises readers to learn how characters can take control of their destiny in ways the author never intended. I've been through that recently. The first screeners in America is Book 3 in my James Blakiston historical fiction series. It should have been out by now. I finished it some time ago, or I thought I had. If something wasn't right, and you learn if something isn't right, don't publish it. Wait till you know what the problem is and fix it, then publish. And that's what I did. And now I know that the problem was a minor character called Hannah Blakiston. She's James Blakiston's sister. She isn't the nicest person you ever met. And I never intended that she would have much of a role in the book. Readers would meet her, they'd think, what a nasty person, and that would be the end of it. But Hannah wasn't having that. Hannah wanted a bigger role. She didn't object to her inherent nastiness. She just wanted to be nasty on a bigger scale. And she didn't want to simply accept whatever other people decided to dump on her. This first became clear in Hannah's reaction to the marriage I had planned for her. She was penniless and working as a governess at Cromer Castle, just a job to give her because she really doesn't like children. But her other brother, Richard Blakiston, is a lieutenant in the Royal Navy, and he captures 3 French ships loaded with plate and other valuables. Richard gets enough prize money to fund his own life after he leaves the Navy, instead of which he does his duty by his sister and settles on Hannah everything he has, securing for her an income of £400 a year. Now she's someone other people see as a suitable wife for a man of moderate position, a vicar, a farmer, a merchant, someone like that. And that's when someone even less nice than her, Sir Lancelot Allgood, Lord Sheriff of Northumberland, comes into her life. He decides she'll make a good match with Harry, the horrible cousin of Sir Lancelot's wife, Lady Jane Allgood. And so I set it up like that, and Harry is engaged in his courtship of Hannah, which Sir Lancelot has told him had better succeed, or Harry will be cut off with nothing. I planned to leave it there, but Hannah did not agree with me. Here's the critical scene just as I wrote it, although it was more true to say just as Hannah Blakiston wrote it, because by then she had taken complete charge. Bacon had been cured in Britain for 60 years now, and together with eggs and kidneys it was prominent on the warm dishes lining the sideboard that stretched all the way along one wall of the breakfast room. But so were kippers from Craster on the Northumberland coast, as well as kedgeree made of rice, hard-boiled eggs and smoked fish, all tasting unobtrusively of spices brought from India. Then there were cold meats, including sliced ham and beef tongue. All in all, Hannah enjoyed the food for its own sake, a great deal more than she had the previous night's dinner, or she would have done, had Harry not been there, or had he been there but with less determination to make his presence known. A woman who was raised as a sister to 2 brothers, and then became a governess in a home where the governess was not valued, has no difficulty in filling her own plate, and Hannah would have preferred to do that. But Harry seemed unable to read her signals as he took her plate from her hand and walked in front of her, picking out the things he thought she should eat. It was a moment of truth. She could accept what he was doing, or she could draw a line, and she knew why she had been brought here, so she knew the decision she made now might stay with her for a long time. She stepped around him so that she was standing in his way, and when she stopped, he had to stop. She said, "Mr. Allgood, you are very kind, but you and I will get along better if you understand that I always know what I want." She pointed at the plate he held. "And I don't want kidneys, and I don't want mushrooms. So I suggest, Mr. Allgood, that you keep that plate for yourself. I will take a new plate on which I will place the things I wish to eat." And without waiting for a response, she walked back to the end of the sideboard, accepted a plate from the footman standing there, and began to load it with the things that appealed to her most. She stepped around him so that she was standing in his way. I never intended to write that. It was entirely Hannah's doing, and it told me everything I needed to know about the woman. So now I'm engaged in a rewrite of the first Wheelers in America, in which Hannah's part is greatly enlarged. How would she react? You'll have to read the book to find out, and you can't do that yet because it's still another couple of months from publication. But if you're not already familiar with the James Blakiston series, you can prepare by reading the books already published, starting with A Just and Upright Man.